Your names won't appear in the computer, even if it's written in your screen. So that won't show in the video. We are here another week, week 72 here of the light languages and channelings. We do intention, we set intentions to raise the energies in the planet and in humanity. I'm Ismael Rodriguez. I'm a quantum healing practitioner, and I channel light beings, life coaching. In 2019, I was guided to create these groups in December, and I created a group in English language and in Spanish language where a lot of Portuguese people also join us because they do understand the Spanish language. We are so lucky to have them. And so we are going to start tonight with blessings. We usually start with blessings, and these blessings, as we were talking before, and other weeks, we set them there with the intention of protecting this space that we are creating together and cleansing this space that we are creating together. So I'm going to introduce Sarah. Is for the first time here with us as a light language ambassador. She represents Portugal. We are not we don't mention countries in order to separate the world, but with the contrary intention. We want to mention our countries because we want to tell to the world that we are one country in the planet. It's a way to send a message out there that light languages are uniting all the countries, and that's why we call ourselves light languages ambassadors, and we represent a country, each other, or two countries, or even more. I represent UK and Spain, and more sisters and brothers come and go. This is a volunteering work that we do here. We are not paid or sponsored just yet. Eventually we might, and we are open to it so that we can expand and do meeting in physical as well at some point around the world, so that we can also spread the light languages around the world in these retreats or conferences that we might do around the world. So once again, our countries are there, meaning that we are one. Sarah.
So, um, this is the hard part, talk about myself. Um, well, maybe I share that for me, light language also appeared in 2019. And I started noticing that my drawings were becoming different, and I was bringing symbols that had a lot of strength and power in them. And I was doing drawings really quickly. They were just coming like very clearly. And then someone told me about this light language. I didn't know what it was. So when I start being in connection with other people's drawings and sounds and light languages, I started my voice opening up, and then I started to have this will of making these sounds and tones and singing. So I was doing mantras all the time when I was at house. So I start my throat and my lips vibrating in different ways. And I started making movements with my hands. So I think I opened my voice, and then one day I surrendered and I started doing speaking and letting these energies come through. Yeah. In the beginning with the drawings, it was easier because I didn't feel so much exposed. But then when I start singing and speaking, it was a little bit difficult because I was afraid of being judged and not understanding completely, and I was doubting myself through the of what was coming through. So it wasn't easy in the beginning, but then yeah, the things started to change as you feel it more and more in your heart. And yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And welcome. Wesley.
Thanks for sharing there, Sarah. I've been a part of. I won't go into the huge story. I've been a part of of Ismael's gang. I'd say maybe nearly 8 to 9 months. Going through my experience of the light language, I'm going to explain here what I felt. I actually felt from the very start of actually arriving here. I felt just a high Kosa ya sana uata iati ta nanu ayata iata oata iata heatuata connection. And I felt just like just a very judgmental area, and I felt that there was a lot of love and compassion on for everybody really. And I think I kind of going from the light language now. I think actually this is what we need. It's just what we need. I think it's just, you know, it's bringing in awareness, and it's like it's for me it's a connection to the soul. And so for me, speaking English, it's been created, and then it's been activated. It has been activated, but the activations have begun through my timeline. When I say timeline, I'm talking about my human experience with the it's like it's just so feels like so like instant and so ever present, but so interchangeable. And but then there's such a dynamic connection, and that's why I think it's fascinating. And there's just so much communication working with it. Which I feel that not dissing English, but it's yeah, I feel it's just the light language is just constantly evolving. And yeah, and I feel it's just a connection to the soul. I feel it's a connection to the soul. So I think that I've just shared my description of my experience here of light language. So and thanks very much, Ismael. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank
you. And everybody else, of course, you're doing amazing, and you're all amazing. And yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
And best, I'm gonna say this actually. Sorry to interrupted because it's come true. And like the intention I'm gonna put out now, just for me now, actually, is just I hope whoever's watching this or whoever's a part of this, whether it's participating or actually we're all participating anyway. I hope there's just the most amazing unfoldments or even connections or little synchronized awarenesses happen, and yeah, and it's all with the heart. I feel. So kasuwata yata do thank you.
Thank you, Wesley. Thank you. El.
Hi, I'm Elle, and I share a lot of my channelings on YouTube on Soul Star Visions Love Languages. I've been a part of this group for I think about a year now, and yeah, it's been helpful to me when I need a pick me up, and just when I need to be around friends, like-minded souls. I'm always impressed with the energy of this group and how cohesive we work together, and with having so many different people joining us every week too. As for today, it's the 11/11 portal, and yeah, I'm just excited to see what we bring through, and I hope you guys enter your portal gate and exit it in a better place than you were beforehand.
Thank you, Anne. Thank you very much. And now let's start with these intentions in form of blessings. Inola, if you would like to go first. So let's do this blessing with the intention of cleansing and protecting this space that we are creating here. Thank you.
Thank you. Saso koesha shochuanyato. Asho koesha shoku shemyanyana. Hashe hu shokoyache. Shoku naeasha. Seko shoku shepyo tiachaku. Lashanyanoto. Ishayoku shemyanoto. Kisha shoyake. Yachoku shachu, klachoku nyonyonyalata, esheyochu ushi, chanyana taka, shiachoku shachuku, yanyachu shamyana, nyana kushe, yachoku nyache, chaku chachuku, chachuku. Chachukunya nyechuchi, chakusheo, cheachu, chacho, 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 anye. Thank you.
So beautiful, Enola. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. So beautiful. Sarah?
That was great to receive. Tamakana na yatai tia na tau kumahaki. Nana ia hai kia mai o harana I kia tā. Uhunduru nana ia hai kia nana oto I ha al hareni ki e te. Nana o nui ho al harana I kia tata I nia hai kia o. Mokoro nono hai al harkini ia tā ia hai kia nana. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Wesley.
Thanks, ladies. That was lovely. Uyasata suatana nanamama uyata kiyatata tauatayata kuasayatuaka kuata tatanua tapanua yataya tayatua suata tayata papasuata na samamamaiwaka kua kana kandina kunaka kuayata tia papana tua saya papa patua pia kashania su shania su sanu shania su sanu shania su sanu sania tia ta tua ya tua katua. Papa Sanu, Papa Yatua ka kuatana, nana mama sua, taya kana kanuka ya taya kana kaya ka kuata, kasatu, sanu, sama, sana, kia, tia, taya tana, nanua, taya, papa nia tua ka kunaya, hiata, hasoata. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wesley. Thank you so
Thanks
much. Alana, would you like to share a blessing with the group? How do you feel about that? Would you like to bring a blessing? Activate your microphone. And you could let us know. If you are not feeling comfortable just yet, okay, you don't have to. Yeah? Okay, you might not be there at this moment. Melissa, how are you feeling about bringing a blessing?
I'll try.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Rete kamasta korate kamate kosta na korate ta pete kosta norte kamante korata ta piti kostina da kateka. Arata mote karata kosta norte ken mati kasino korata titi mote kasono te karate te pote karata poto kosta tita te porata te pita dorate ta. Arete kosta karate mote kora mate kasta na do korata ta pati kono sonore kara. Moletica siti para tutto ti pe karate con matica sena no te kamata korata patika sono letica pokora. I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Beautiful. And that's it means a lot because it's powerful, very powerful. Yes, the light languages are not meant to be judged in terms of how big the transmission is or how short the transmission is. I have a man who sometimes comes to the Spanish and Portuguese group, and he just say one word, and that's it. And it's nice. I like that he feels that that's the message and that's how what he's feeling. Yeah, then why not? He doesn't do it all the time, or from time to time he doesn't. El, would you like to say a blessing? Thank you, Melissa.
Kakatiro koto kota, shikate koto 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 katakatiro koto kota koto koto, shikapaka tira katokoto shatu tarabashatu. Basarama shatu da kataka tokoto kate kotokote kotokoto shatu da kapata tiro todo shata tira koto. Basarama shaku tarabashati koto rasha. Ekotokotara shaku takapakatira kotokota katakito kotokota katakito koto. Ekotokotara shaku takapakatira koto shayo to rasha. Besremo shaku takatamo shatiro rosha takatiti kotokoto. Basremo shatu takashatu takapakatira koto shaya daya takotokota kapakati. Mosrama shatu ramashi. Esremo shakapakati koto mashia tu the bashia tu the bashia. Mekoto koto mashia tu rabashaka. Ekoto mashia tu rabashia tu ramashaku tarabashi. Mosrama katiro koto rashi. Ge koto rarasha. Basrako ta hi.
Thank you. Wonderful. Beautiful. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go for mine. I'm going to go ahead with, and I feel like playing a little bit the djembe. Sente ne kata shanta ota e siente taka senta ota itis intak ota is et ot inak akot ast anak ota mama chak asti shatak ash aya na hona chaya tawa chawaya na wataya wataya ya wataya Chakwana tawaya nawaya nawachaya na o machaya nikawa inagwana tashawaya nakata o maishana o machake nawachana o teshana kumacha ai nitaka hotashita itakokata esenta o mata senta o takashawata shinekite shetiatawata. So we also take this opportunity to take deep breaths. When we inhale, we take a golden, beautiful energy coming from all creation. A beautiful golden energy filling our bodies up, making all our cells vibrate in a very nice and peaceful frequency. And when we exhale, we send any tension, any problem, any worries to the center of the planet Earth. And we visualize how these problems, issues, worries, they dissolve in the center of planet Earth. And they become magma, lava, or golden energy again. They become nature, positive, natural energy. Ha, tau, hut, ak, or, atjak, at. As we go on with this transmission, keep this breathing exercise, this grounding exercise on. tis'at antar ikur tak arup astita antauku est inta an aka ost it ek ako ist an aka. Do this not only for this group. Do this from the time that you wake up. Start your day by doing a grounding meditation. It's a simple exercise as the one that we are describing here. Kas ini ata oti, ish ini taka ota ita, ita uta ikata, intata ikiata. You are more than ready to multitask and keep present or aware or be aware that this grounding is taking place in your system, connecting the universe, your body, and your bodies to Mother Earth. Shinak arn akus itak ar ampa. Ampata kestana kupata, intada makata tanakata. Antes entati tiata kuta isachi sata kuntaka. Itis ana ates itikititi anakutata ista untaka. Ota enteke testinikita. Kainita anata istanata. Istanata kunsanata. Anata sintanata. Yes, it is important to always keep your vibrations, your vibrational awareness in a stage of discernment. It's important for you to be monitoring how your energy levels are when you take action to share your energies with others. It's important to know if that is the moment and the day that is for you to be given to others. Sometimes is a day for you to be receiving instead. There is nothing wrong on that. So whenever you feel that your energies are low, consider yourself to be just in a process of evolution, as when you are vibrating high, you are evolving. When you are vibrating low, you are also evolving. There are just some times that you have to be the being or the individual who discern what is going to be your day about. From the morning, check in your energy levels. Are you feeling like you would like to give to the world everything because you are feeling a lot of energy going through yourself, go ahead, give to others. But if on the other hand, you're feeling that your energy levels are low, you can still connect with your brothers and sisters and just be a receiver. So that you allow the circuitry of creation also circulate as giver and receiver. You can always make use of other beings who are assisting you, as well as asking for help to your brothers and sisters on earth. Please stop feeling shame about that. There is nothing wrong in asking for help. You are supporting each other to put everything together. This is a process where everybody is participating on putting all the things together, in creating a collective alignment. So be a giver and be a receiver. There is no urge for you to be always the giver like you've been told. It's not only your responsibility to see or experience this world in a balanced state. Many brothers and sisters, those days that you are taking off from being a giver, are working also and bringing that light that you might wish to bring to the planet. But that day that you are taking off, you might need to receive instead. So it's important that you humans start seeing this as a natural process. Nothing complicated, just natural as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Breathe in, you receive, breathe out, you send. How tai shiu mata ki neita wa taita. Ishana otata hitata nikata. When experiencing some dark energy, do not be afraid. Recognize always the light that you are. Sometimes you might have to go through that process of darkness so that you can discern darkness from light. In any case, do not be afraid. Understand that you never stop being that light that you are. If you forget, use any tool that you have at your disposal. Contact a friend who is in high frequency. Open a book that vibrates in a high frequency. listen to a song that vibrates in a high frequency. You have so many tools already that will tell you how wonderful beings, how beautiful you are. Tishi nitau humma tishana patas itete xiahuata otika anta totais tintauanta. Estana anne takai nitis itana. Estana kutitana antina data kuntistiana. And overall, be proud of yourselves for all that you have done in order to allow these transitional times in the human race to evolve. How your contribution by looking at yourselves, by applying self-love in each of you, you are doing an incredible job. Tis ita anak ot inta, is inta anta ota, ista onta. We always thank you for your collaboration on this work we all do together. Humans, non-humans, and people from many, many dimensions working towards the light, being the light. Hatastina sinana inanata inatatata otatata times for celebration. Hataisha wapataita nakunte eshetete kanaina kataitana tayana tainata. Wonderful. Okay, yes, so in a summary, that was practically what we were talking before. Before we started recording, we were talking, we were having some chit chats, and we were, many of these messages that came through, they were there in those conversations we had. Some of these messages were personal, so we decided to don't record part of it, and yes, but in the channeling, it felt very, very much like something that should be shared with everyone, some aspects of what we spoke about. Yes, let's continue the session with some intentions. Let's put intentions to support someone, a relative. Let's put intentions to support humanity. Let's put intentions to support the planet Earth, all creation itself, whatever you like to put an intention to support the evolution that is constantly evolving, really. Inola, is your turn first.
Speaking an intention or the light language?
It's an intention first, and then we are going to do a collective light language all together. So
An
for
intention,
yeah.
I have an intention for healing for my family, for my tribe, for the world, the galaxies, and those in different dimensions and so forth, lifting up the vibration. And especially opening that portal today, 11 portal.
Beautiful, beautiful, Inola. So for yeah, activate your microphones whenever you feel like ready to do that. I'm gonna let Arija to come through. just in case she wants to join us in this intention. Someone from the transmission. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Sasha, Watashita, Takuma, Taisha, Nakata, Taseta, Hora, Tatasata, Matesana, Ina Tata, Kina Taka, Kishanata, Matisanata, Ine Tetinsia, Ramakashunti, Niata, Makata. Tawa, Tatawa, Tatawa, Tatasha, Tatana, Kumata, Tashatana, Tatana, Nakatana,
Wasayata, tatuata, na nana Maria wata. Wasaya tuata. Mama mua yata. Iwata tuata, katua yata. Wasana skiwata, skuaka, iata, ua, sa, ua yata, ati. Aiwa, siwa, kuata, kayata, na mama ua, saya papa. Ua yata. Ashuaka, puyata, naia, wata. Wasaya, saua yatua. Kashaua yata, tua. Nana mama uayata kuasa. Saya suaka tua iata. Tawuya takuaka munasa ya. Saya sana watia kaua. Mama uaya kaua.
Ishanana makastina tamashanata.
Asasu yata. Ala iwa saiwa katua. Saya tiwa taya kananua taya uataka. Basu yataka. Asi waka tuwaka tiyaka tatia saya tua tatana tua.
Natai na wa mata umashi na nakushana. Seneta shuma shena
Oshana Maya,
Nakushana tashu parmita shana
Yata tua sata yata na mama wuata yata na luata. Shararia kahua kahuya tatana tatania sayaka.
Ora namasari nakatai neka natai nena
Tana mama mua saya taya kuaka. Sana suaka tua papai jatua shai itua kai itua. Tamayiwa saya payata. Saya kalia wayata tu wayata tatana wa shakatia. Saya tania tawa tua. Saya katua papana yata waka. Yati wasa ka. Nama mahuata. Kashi wuyataya. Saya satana wata. Yatatana nu yatatana ni yatatana wata. Bla 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 tu wala la yuata.
Arata chiara takasera tatayata.
Kodo shira bakatira mo shiga to kota.
Tatakura
Tatatando tuturu maka tatasa natu masha natu papaka
Ora vashayo, ora sayo, ora shio.
mata korra mata kataroma macha ine naraka
Asa
wa
so.
shata taine naku mata nareta
Oshano,
Chanama yuata.
Jona maishu wata yotia papaita tini nite kitianda tu mata tesa wa mama takaitia
Kaya saya tu tatan la la luyata.
ama mama isu na takia nora tada tayene te tesita na rakuma tatsita taruma takatia na
Sa suayata.
Oi, sao, sio, shio, tiro, shio.
Mama oyata ta uata kuata. Piraiata.
Ini taka ini tene arana kunne kata.
Aya mama uata.
Ini shana kaini te tachaba.
Wasanatia.
Chisana mama chine ne wita kayata nikatai.
Ona mashia kutara makatayo to rabashio to rabashaka tirmashai. Ekotora mashi to rarashi. Ekotora rasha. Ekotora rasha.
Babadia tanua tatatia tataduna na yahua tahati.
Ora mashio kutara makatara moshi. Kokatano mosho torashi.
Ranamasina tasina meka sana tu se shana. Sana wa.
Rashri. Trashri shura shuraka tua yatia.
Shishua nata shasha nishanana. Shashawa.
Asamo shori asamo ha. Hakutarasha. Gutarashi korarashi. Moha.
Nakaishi ni ara na waya na shanara.
Sasu ata mama yua tia kua ka kata katana ha yata suwa ya sata. Saoya sayata yata mama yua sayaka kua ka kanahati yata.
Hataya sana.
Osana hi yatana mama yatana o yata.
Moneya yosere hora shia kurarashi. Baroshora shia kutorarasha. Ke kotorarashi. Morasha.
Yarana yasi. Uranana yasara tiyata. Yasara. Yare. Ane yasu, anane yasare ayu, yare yasare te yara se yara, tore yate yara te ya, sere re 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 ya sororo ye. Yara yasare yasare te yasare yasare. Hurakanana yasere te yasare te asuru te aso. Yatata yatata. Uratayata iyata. Sarati ayat arata.
Tanata, Sianata, Kisanata, Sarayanakata.
Anakarayata.
Atayesa Wanata, Sia, Tuanata.
Sanamosha katiro kotona mashia tayaso.
Naina, Maina, Maina, Nama, Ina, Kaumatina,
Katatayate iyata tataya.
Tia tata to tata tia tata.
Anakayate yata totoya.
Sana makari yawa tia waya kanwaka.
Anakayata.
Namakuwaka.
Atayanata, Isinata.
Nauya saya satua ta kieta.
Matayo, Mamayo, Matatayo, Matayana, one Matayana, Ishana, Watinana, Mana,
Haraniao harano yoho nehel herene yahal harane haike olhoro no yoho mahukata no haike al hayohur mahoyo nach el ar an ai el ach
Turata iyata.
nuch on
Urutu kutuniaya.
hayaholark
Pero kuta.
nak
Uratandaya.
niau
what I
Yes.
want. Jawataye,
mah
Jawa,
saha
Jawade, Jawatai,
Watieta.
Tayaki anakia.
Tayuwata.
Oh, Jana, Wata, Ijana.
Awayuwatiata. Sawayuwatu.
Ulia, Wata, Yawata.
Awiwa.
Arakia. Kiatara, kiasara, kiara kurana na dias ururururure Shari kiaso tokoro kererere dara kiato kurokura te kiasho te Ura katatete sutura nana kieta tatataya tukura takatia turunkur te yasa. Ura kurta kiasara te kieta te turante ria surte ya te tur. Ya sara te kia umaya tera. Shekera tara te kiatara kiasa. Kintaria surta ya tintaria surana kia ayate. Shina na kayatea sorate ya. Inna kayate teasa. Urntias te erkutur anta aikuti. Inna kayate e hasate arata kiata. Orata nanarias. Urata yatsa.
Tawayata tuata tananuayata. Kasiyata. Suwiti. Tayuya. Tayata nuwa. Uya sayawata. Suwata. Iwati. Tayuite. Sayuya.
Ratakaya teata. Taya. Uratatayasa. Uratakiata. Kuranana de siatarakia. Serete. Natayase. I paranana suratayasa.
Nene, nene. Nia mai, nia kunia, nia rania.
Nia sarati. Yasura takatana takura takia saria sura takayate. Shina nakura takaya. Nanana takur takia sana kuranteri ina nanana pusheteri ananana. Nunonia sarata. Anakura natakia sara takuru. Ya tera na ya turu kudiria sara te kira urste kistira na ta amma urra to ya ya Ara te ki ara ia te tora no ki ara cura taria sara ya tara ya toro ro 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 Haya ta 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 ra iya ta 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 ya sara ra 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 si ya ra 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 ya sura ta 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 ya se te te urra ta te te a ta te 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 a urra ta te te ai ta te te a tura no kutu kutu ta te e ta karia sura ta kuna na 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 ti ai tura kura ta kaya sta kuru tu kuru 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 re 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 na 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 ura ra ra re 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 ura na 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 ya Shia ta 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 ya se
Tao maisa. Tawa mataisa. Nai niki aisa. Tamaisa. Aisa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The space now, it feels really, really smoother, much cleaner. Everything flows so naturally. Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. And this is something that I was having a conversation with a very good friend of mine, and we started channeling with each other, for each other. And the message that came through was saying that if we are going through a process that also feels, when you are doing a group, when you are doing a video, when you are doing anything as a light worker, take your time to cleanse the space, take your time to warm up the engines. There is nothing wrong in that, in taking some time. Sometimes or often some of us, we just don't do what we are feeling in our hearts to do, just because things don't happen instantly. Sometimes we just need to let things come through, and it takes some time, and eventually you will feel how everything feels clean and ready to really bring everything out there. So take time also and dedication to what you do. And yeah, we as multidimensional beings, we often want things to happen straight away, and sometimes they need a little bit of a process to for adaptation to the. That's why when I say, would you like to do a blessing? If you are not ready to do a blessing, you don't have to. I mean, it's up to you if you feel like doing one or not. Sometimes people need to wait for a while until they can start interpreting or bringing a transmission in light languages as well. So yes, it's important to be more tolerant towards ourselves in terms of processes when we want to bring light to the world. The discernment that we were talking from the very beginning is a process of healing as well. It's a process as we discern things, as we understand our realities, we are healing ourselves. We are selecting what we want to use in our lives, what we don't want to use in our lives. That process is a blessing, really. Sometimes becomes hard, sometimes it's easier. Also, trust the path, trust the process, because eventually you're going to be aware that you have gained a lot in that process, from that process. So let it be, no matter what thing you are going through. Let it be. So I have here in the chat, as I am as one with God, I am one with my good. For God is both the giver and the gift. I cannot separate the giver from the gift. Beautiful, beautiful. I thought it was fitting with the message that you channeled earlier. Perfectly, perfectly. It fits so much, so much. The only reason, and I 100 agree with that. The only reason, if I point as a giver and as a receiver, as a separate thing, is because humanity is more focused of being, it has been programmed to give all the time, and that part of receiving for many are not really they don't feel like they deserve that love. There is an issue that we are all healing collectively. It's a feeling of deserving. It's a feeling of accepting that we deserve all the love that it is. So yeah, as a giver, you are a receiver. As a receiver, you are a giver. We do completely, and my soul completely resonate with all of that. But the only thing why I point at something sometimes, or I separate something, is just to call the attention about something that needs to be addressed a little bit. And very naturally, during the time of Pisces, we've been disconnected and believing just that we need to be here as givers, and these are times to also acknowledge that we are the same thing, receivers. Often we just don't let that open. We close ourselves. We don't realize that we are closing ourselves to receive. And it's something, that's the only reason why I'm pointing at this. It's not because I don't believe deep inside that is actually the same at the end of the day. It's actually the same at the end of the day. But there is a human thing there to address. that hopefully people who watch this video, they will resonate. Some will resonate, some not. That's okay. And yeah, we move on and we continue. Yeah, any experience you would like to share about this transmission? Anyone? No? Arija?
Yeah, sure. I'm just sitting here on the rocks, and I was like kind of walking in between. It's like so powerful place, and like a lot of dragon portals, like very, very powerful energy. And I was really feeling like a lot of like dragon family, like divine dragon family. And through like all of you, and through here presence of like ancient times and like ancestors, and yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, I felt
Very
also the
powerful.
dragon energy a lot, so powerful. So
Yeah,
powerful.
and another is a thing that you were talking about, that self-love and giving and receiving
Mhm.
being like such a big lesson for me recently. It's just so extremes, when I was like so extreme that I literally just got out of that state where I was like, okay, I was like saving my beloved dragon, and I was like, I literally came into like, literally, I'm not kidding, the darkest place I ever experienced in my life, like was like the real like vortex of hell. And I almost like lost myself in like doing this, because it was really intense, and I'm glad that I'm kind of like back into it. I knew I will be, but it was like back and forth, where I was giving so much and trying to help, because I was literally like retrieving his soul. I was like literally like exorcism, like putting back like soul back in his body, and like, and I feel see that it was too much effort for me to like give myself that much, that I was not focusing on myself enough, where I was started losing my own power. And now I'm like back, and I'm like, yeah, no way I'm like doing this anymore. Like, me is first, my center, my self-love, like my self-care first, everything else is after that. Thank you.
Thank you,
big
Arija.
lesson, a lot of times, but like this was so extreme, where I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. As much as I love soul families, as much as I love all human beings and this planet, I'm like, me is first, like focusing on me, on my gifts, on my mission and my own thing. And then when I have this and extra energy for anything else, you're welcome.
I will share it with you, no? Yes, definitely. That's the thing, that it does even sound like the way we've been programmed in the past is like, if you do that, you are being selfish, and it's not. It's the contrary. We are not really being responsible about ourselves, about our energy level, about our the only thing they ask for us, if there is anything asking for something, is for us to be happy, and that's it. That's what we need to do, to be happy, to be in ourselves, and be authentic, be ourselves generally. And if we need help, please do ask for help. Do not only isolate yourselves, like we've been extremely doing also over the past years. Sometimes you feel that you need to isolate yourself. That's okay. But often we feel like, I need to really put everything away from myself. And sometimes it's not really what the system needs. The system sometimes also needs to receive from others, to receive from, and not receive. I'm not saying this in terms of you stop being source and you stop life feeding yourself. You never stop doing that. But sometimes we need to, we have our brothers and sisters also there, who can also bring something that will click somehow and bring up our vibration so easily and so quickly. Every time I do a collaboration with someone, oh my God, the vibes raise so powerfully. And sometimes I'm doing collaboration with people who have that day their energy lower than mine, and sometimes it's me who has the energy lower than them. And what happens when we do this collaboration is that they both raise and they both become super high. So this is the thing about not only retreat is the solution. We have also at our disposal many tools, and also our brothers and sisters to share the love and beauty and good vibration. Yeah, I have seen many groups that keep bringing that message of separation. For a while, that was very useful, that was very good. Some of you are going to have this ability to discern when the ideal thing to do. Sometimes we are in that storm when we don't know what is best to do. So in those situations, sometimes we can choose to talk to someone, and it doesn't mean to drop all your problems in that person at once. It means just to be human and say, hey, yeah, I'm a light worker, but overall I'm human. And as a human being, I'm going to be human with you. I'm going to be your friend. I'm going to talk from human to human, and I'm going to tell you what's going on with me. And that's okay. That's okay. This is something that we are also like sort of discriminating from ourselves, and it's one of the human characteristics of humanity. I mean, it's natural. And Elle, yeah, you have your hand up.
I wanted to share something about timelines because I've been learning a lot with my guides about it, and it's kind of, it will make sense, I think, and I hope it would help some people to not stay on a lower timeline because you feel that you don't want to leave people behind. The truth is that if we focus on ourselves, at least this is what I'm being shown now, but when we focus on ourselves and we go and we work on ourselves, we move to a higher timeline, which is like a reward for the work that you're doing on yourself. Now, when you go there, a lot of your people, your family are on that higher timeline as well, meaning that that aspect of them exists too in another timeline. And when you shift timelines, you'll kind of know this. Maybe you had a close relationship with a sibling, and then you change timelines and suddenly you drift apart for some reason. And that's needed with the time of growth for that person and the time of growth that you need to be away from that person as well. And then when you change another timeline, you might get gravitated towards one another. But we always fall back or stay where we are out of shame. And that's a lower vibration. So it actually just keeps you there. But if you remove the shame, you go to a higher timeline where you feel better, and the people around you also feel better. So yeah, it's kind of funny, this reality, how distorted it really is.
Yes, it is. It is so distorted that it's sometimes even complicated how to bring that abstract message that sometimes we feel inside, that it give us the directions to find ourselves sometimes. That's why sometimes, yeah, I use the light languages to help me with the interpreting what I'm feeling inside into English or Spanish, because it's sometimes so wow. It's so multidimensional. It's happening. So many things are happening at once, and it's almost impossible. Not impossible to describe and to explain, but sometimes it's really complicated. And obviously, we have to also consider that everybody is in a different spot of evolution, let's say, and that spot is not static. That spot is changing constantly. So it's so difficult to give always the right method or the right solution for everyone. When I channel, that's what I ask overall. I ask them to bring a message that not necessarily is complex and that can applies to everyone, so that it can help everyone. But there are other times that, of course, I also get lost in so many things going on at once, and it's difficult for me to bring the message for that person who is asking me something that is also related to so many dimensions, because I will need time with that person, maybe have a little talk first in order to tap into the energy and find out really what's going on in general. So yeah, taking time when you are talking to a brother or a sister, like they say in the previous channeling as well, is okay. It's okay. It's like, don't feel like you have to give the right answer straight away, or if you feel that you are giving answers and you are not giving the whole answer that you want to say, please don't feel frustrated. Feel good with yourself that you try to bring the best that you could in that moment, because we are in that process also of manifesting here on earth things that comes from so many dimensions. So this might take sometimes time, and sometimes it won't be like black and white. It will be many things at once. Maybe one person will give you some of the solutions, but not all of them. And some of them, they are meant to be found by yourself as well, or by something else that will come eventually. Arija?
Yeah, I wonder, like, if I turn off my screen, can you still see me?
We can see your picture, and we
Oh,
can
okay.
hear
Okay.
you.
Because when I turn off the screen, so you can't see the camera. Okay, because my phone is dying and I'm like in the mountains. So I wanted to say about that timelines, and that kind of like I heard about like that shadow timelines, and that they are trying to pull us kind of away. I don't know. I'm trying to understand it more, because I feel like so I like really quick. I was in Shasta like in August, and Lionsgate. I met like a beloved dragon, soul brother. We got like super connected from like, I don't know, thousands of lifetimes, and we like fall in love with immediately, and we anchored a lot of light, and then we split our ways into different, like I needed to do a retreat and Asheville, like in one place he was doing, he's trying to like do the work that his soul was so free. He used to travel in the forest like for 3 years, but he had a lot of very intense past and some families connected that he's not dealing with like 33 degrees Masons and Illuminati or kind of stuff. That is, I feel like a lot of energy coming from that background of like that was following him all his life, and he's trying to fight it. And I feel like it's still following, and he was pulled into, I feel like he was pulled in a shadow timeline into like very dark place where I was pulling him out, and I'm still around here, but I feel like it was trying to pull me into this like a lower frequency timeline that is like, I didn't feel myself for a while, where I was like, I never like yell at anyone and like in forever, and like it's just like makes me not me. And I was like, I don't think it's like I love him so much, and we saw like a big mission of creating music together and channeling and all kind of things, but he's human, like having so much traumatized past. I feel like I don't know if it's just a moment where he's just like doing a lot of shadow work, and but I don't know. I'm like at the moment where I'm just like ready. We wanted to like get married and have like a dragon kids and like just like do a mission together, but it just gets so crazy where I'm like, wait a minute, like I don't know if I signed up for that, but like I feel like it's time for me to go, and I'm like, should I just leave it all behind? Because I already had a crazy marriage 10 years ago, kind of is a crazy experience. I'm like, do I want to repeat this? Probably not. And I don't know if I should give him a chance. He's like a very beautiful, powerful soul, but he's not stabilized in his frequency. He's like up and down depending on whatever is happening. And I know he's not happy what's happening right now. He's trying to get out of there. And I don't know if I should help him, because I put so much energy past 3 weeks where I was like, I'm not doing anything for anyone. I'm just enjoying myself, anchoring the light. Thank you. As much as I love him, and I thought it's a beautiful, powerful connection. And I'm like, now I'm like on this mountain. I'm like, I probably should just go back, get my car, and drive away. I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you feel about it?
Aria, you have so many red flags that you know about, and you're so kind, but I feel so much niceness, and niceness is rooted in fear. Kindness is rooted in love, and niceness will push away red flags because you love them. So yeah, I would definitely, you don't have to abandon anybody, but distance yourself from it, you know? They're the only ones that can pull themselves out of the grave. They really are. And then once they pull themselves out of the grave, you can lend a hand. But I don't know. I hear your red flags for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
feel
very
like
much with Elle as well. I think you pretty much have clear what you want to do. And there is this massive difference, like Elle described, about being nice and being yes, good, no? Or be kind and be live for someone. It's like
yeah, it's
you have done. You are expressing that you have done what you could. We have this
yeah,
mothering energy that
yeah,
often play a role, like it goes too much into mothering someone. We feel with that mothering energy that we need to save that person. With that mothering energy, we feel that we need to be all the time for that person. And we need to start, through these experiences, we start discerning when we have to stop this mothering energy. Is benefiting me, is making me expand, I'm feeling well with this. In the way that you express yourself, with what you express yourself, to me is telling me that you have pretty much clear inside, that you just need a little bit of confirmation to just move on and continue, and let him expand by himself, or let her expand by herself.
him,
Uh,
yeah.
so let him expand. That doesn't mean, like Elle very well say, abandonness. That doesn't mean that you are abandon him. We often don't leave them because we feel that we are abandon them. No, we need to understand that it's not our responsibility. Whether we want to, it's difficult for a mothering heart that is very active, but it's not our responsibility to save everyone. This attitude of the savior, of bringing that feminine energy to save people, which is great, and is great, but at some point we need to also discern up until what point is good, or is benefiting me and the other. Because
Yeah,
from the moment you start getting burned a little bit, something is already giving you signs that you might need to make a little
yeah.
change.
I'm just like at a point where I'm just about to like lose my visa, and we were going to like get married and stuff to like keep my visa and but not just for that, but be together and like do the live work. But I feel like he definitely needs a lot of his own inner work before, and like my level of frequency, I just I don't know. I know when he's in the woods, when he's free, like he's happy, but at the now moment, maybe I just need to wait when he get out, whatever he needs to finish and get out, and then meet him at some point where he's ready at my level. Because yeah, I feel like it's so draining. I feel like I'm constantly giving, not intentionally even, but like energetically, you know, almost like nonstop, like draining me most of the time. That and there were moments that we had so powerful connection when he get in his power of light and like channels to and like being light. It's so powerful, but a lot of moments he's not in the state. That's the thing, is like he's like in and out of it, and I'm like, yeah, I just can't probably do that. If, as much as I love him and he's so special, but I guess I love myself. I should love myself more than anything.
We are learning that.
There's
Yeah.
there's kind of two types of people too, and some people they change with pain, and other people they change with love. And I know you are a person that changes with love, Arya, and you give love to change people. And the people that need to change with pain, for example, if you separate or you pull yourself away, that pain will probably assist him in pushing forward. It doesn't, I don't want to say that it means that you're meant to be together, because I feel you have that resonance with your past relationship in relation to him as well, you know? So pain people kind of need to be together. Actually, healed people need to be in relationships, and that's about it. And for the rest, you got to be working on yourself, right?
Yeah.
Elin?
That's a lot.
You're so beautiful. I just love how high your frequency is, and I don't want to see you be pulled down.
Yeah, thank you. Because I literally just pulled myself in and was like all night making crowns. Finally, like the universe was like, "You need to start making crowns." Everyone been asking. I finally made like a 3 and just sold like past couple of days, like 3 of these crowns and my art. And I really like the moment I get in my frequency and do what I need to do. Literally, like it's so important like to get in this frequency and do what is alignment for me. It's like abundance coming, like the joy is coming, like it's like I'm a different planet. Like it's so extreme. I always need to show me again to keep doing what I really need to do and procrastinate. And the universe like literally us. I know I've been reading myself and projecting my past trauma too about past relationships. It's kind of helpful to like gain all from the past that I thought it was still so much inside aware of. So it's so good. I feel like it's so good. So
Arija, I'm getting Arija. Hello. Arija, we are getting like interferences, and your voice is cutting a lot. So we are getting the line of what you are saying, but we are not specifically listening properly to everything because of the interferences. The energy is very high, and obviously it's affecting the battery of your mobile, like you say, is running off. And also the connection is being affected by the high energy. But I'm getting the feeling of what you are saying a lot, even if I couldn't hear everything that you were saying at the end. One thing I felt whilst you were talking is one question that you need to ask to yourself: what do I want now? Do I want to be here? Do I want to be present? How do I feel? You need to be very loyal to yourself. You need to be with the answers, very loyal to yourself. Yes, I had plans. Often we feel difficulties to take the decision because you had those wonderful plans, because the person himself, in this case, is wonderful. Because everything was amazing and it feels perfect in many levels, but you need to stop yourself and say, is this really what I want now? Is truly the answer? At the end of the day, we can bring here some advice, some ideas, some suggestions. But at the end of the day, it's very important that you ask that question to yourself: do I want this now in my life, or should I? No,
No.
And that's what I'm feeling, Arija.
I feel like I don't know. It's like something is trying to like that. I don't know what mine, I guess, be like, but this is gonna shape, but then, and like my higher self was like, no.
That's very human. That's very human. That's very human, and that's why it's very good that you share it with us and that you express it so that we can give you also our feelings, ideas, or messages that we channel. But the thing is that you know already the answer, and we can feel that. We can feel that. And you are saying, with other words, I'm ready to move on and to keep going, expanding yourself. And like Elle say, that's gonna be often, very, very often, that is the best thing you can do. Often, because if that is what you feel that is right for you, sooner or later it's gonna be good for him as well. I tell you that, because nobody's left alone. When we do these moves, when we take these hard decisions, we don't let them alone. I don't. I send them my angels. I talk to their higher selves. I tell them to look after him and do everything that they can do from their dimensions. But in a human level, you have done, and I feel that you have done everything that you could already.
I feel like I did
up to him
much more than I could. I think. Way too much more than I should.
Yes. I know.
I feel like it's time for me, honestly, to probably even change the country. It's like coming into my field a lot that I've been here for almost 6.5 years in the States, and I felt like since I'm losing my visa, and I'm like, I feel like it's time for me probably to shift somewhere else. I don't know what the COVID situation is pretty intense right now, but at the same time, I feel like there's two options: stay in illegal and wait when everything is shifting on the earth, and just leave the country and find a different country that will resonate and just surrender. I don't know. Oh, meditate on it more, because it's like that crucial moment. There's like a huge changes in my life coming, and it's like big time. I feel it. But I'm gonna let's keep going. It's like it's way too much time talking about me, but I appreciate.
I think this helps a lot of people who are listening to.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Because there are a lot of people through these circumstances, same, very similar. Maybe not because they are unique, having a new experience, but very similar circumstances. And not only in relationships, not only about love relationship or intimate relationships. It's also with other aspects of their lives. They don't feel like that, let's say, decision that they need to move on or to let go something. So I think this is so important that you brought it up to the
I feel like it's important not to get stuck in the circles, like because like sometimes it just gets stuck somewhere, and we kind of know that it's not good anymore, but we just stuck, and we need like a kick in the ass, excuse me, to like kind of like the universe to just go and not keep stuck somewhere in the place or in the head.
Melissa is communicating to me, is telling me in the chat that she's so grateful that we are having this conversation. She say, I'm so grateful we are having this conversation, with the heart and the hands like this, because it does affect us in one way or in another in our lives, to all of us. In one level or in another. So you are talking about you, and you are talking at the same time about all humans going through similar situations. Trust is what we need to keep at all time. Trust, and that you mentioned. I want to keep my vibes up. I want to keep myself expanding. All of that is what we need to do. Even if that means to say to someone, I might not see you for a while.
Because I could literally feel like we are on the same planet, but the new Earth and their old like 3D like program dark like distorted Earth, and you literally it's you can easily shift. I mean, it's say easily, but like for me, I can see like how it's possible to be in like almost like back and forth in two different realities and planets. And I'm like, no, I'm choosing like ascended Earth and like full of joy and like high frequency. And I'm not willing to get pulled back into like distortion, fear, and separation and like all this stuff. Like, yeah, I'm like, no, thank you. As clear as day. Every single distortion coming in the field is so clear now. I can't even put in words. Like I feel it. I don't see it with my physical eyes, but I see it with my inner eyes. I could feel it. I could sense it right away. And like, just like, it's so important to just recognize it and clear it immediately, to not let that pull you into something that you don't want to pull into, like lower states and frequencies and dimensions. Like immediately just feel something is like off in the energy field, immediately clear, immediately like set intention, immediately set protection, immediately like, and the more I feel like in my purpose and the joy and like really create beauty, create the crystal crown, like the art, like dance and seeing, like I know that's my purpose. It's like everything clears like by itself, like literally just so magical. So yeah, it's so beautiful to just like
some
observe.
people, sorry, Arija, some
Yeah.
people might choose to go through more of this pattern, and that is up to them. We have free will, and some of us they will choose to go through more in order to see clearer or much clearer what you are saying, the importance of keeping your vibrations up and looking after yourself as well. The each person is in a different point of evolution. Now, if you will ask me personally, I will say that if I'm with someone in a love relationship, that person will need to be contributing with what I'm doing with the world, not taking from me and from my energy, because I've been doing that in every single relationship in the past. I've been giving, mothering, fathering,
Yeah.
and all the aspects of myself in giving. Now I'm in a point that I am also saying no, unless you are with yourself balanced, and you are, when you come with me or to me, you are in an essence of I'm not expecting the person to be a superwoman or a super being or anything extraordinary. For me, you are all extraordinary. But yes, I'm for me it's important the balance, that person come with a certain balance in their life, that they don't take away my my energy or my time of all of that. How do you know that? Well, when you offer to your partner some love, you will see that your partner is happy with that you give. Now, if what you give constantly is not enough for your partner, is telling you that it's needing more than you are there to give. So that is a way that I used to sense or realize if I want to be with that person or not in this present moment of my life. And this applies not only loving relationships. This applies in all type of friendships, all type of connection with another human. Are they are contributing to what I'm bringing here to the world? Great, amazing. No, okay. I had maybe in 2 years' time I decide to go back to this type of patterns again, just because I want to experience something else in that period of my evolution. I might need to do that at some point, but at this point, I am very much in that point where I want to be well, and if someone comes to my life, I want to be happy with that person. My mom used to tell me, when are you going to go out with a girl that is not draining your energy? When are you going to go out with someone who is not draining your energy? So she kept telling me that, and I couldn't see it. I was totally blind. I was blind. I was saying, no, my mom, no, mom, she loves me. She really loves me. I know she loves me. And I was having huge arguments with her, but she knew that that wasn't bringing to me the light I deserved. So as a mother, she thought that I deserved much more. But I needed to heal that part of myself that understood at some point that I deserve also that love that I give. It's not about giving. And it seems like Arija, her mobile really died at the end. So I will send her the recording in private. So yeah, do you have anything else to say about this point? Yeah.
I just want to say I have to go, but I had a lovely time. The last transmission was just beautiful, hit my heart very well. So I just want to wish you a love and lemon portal, and thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Ismael.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Much love. And yeah, so anybody would like to share something about this subject we were talking? You feel like okay with it? Okay. All right. Another intention. Let's do maybe one more intention and then one activation for Lorraine and Kim that came new tonight or today. How are you feeling, guys? Because I need to also ask, how are your energy levels? Are they okay to go through 2 more transmissions? How are you, Wesley? No. The microphone.
Probably 15 or 20 minutes, and I'll rock on because I'm
15-20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah,
Whenever
I'll
you
rock
need
on
to
in the
leave,
morning,
let
yeah.
me know, brother, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's more than okay.
Kuasata.
Takawana.
Sayo taya tuata.
Thank you, brother. And
Thank you.
Melissa, how are you? How are your energy levels? Are they okay for 1 or 2 transmissions?
Maybe another one, yeah.
Another one. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's focus then in the activation. Let's focus in the activation for everyone, for Lorraine, for Kim, that they came new today. And also this activation benefit everyone really here in the group and anyone who listen the video, because the activations are not only about activating ourselves. It's about only the light languages. It's by what they do is to raise our vibration. And the light languages, they have intelligence by themselves, and they go to those areas that need some support in your current moment of evolution. So they will aid anything that you need, whether it's something in a physical level, or it's something in an energetical level, or some sort of entity attached, or anything. They always will be there, going into that you need. Often with the mind, we want to put it in a box and make them only. Let's activate the light languages only. No, with light languages don't work that way. Light languages work in general with everything. So let's do this activation, and this will bring also anything to humanity and what the world needs in this present moment. So yeah, I'm also feeling, and that's why I started asking, because I'm feeling that the energies are also getting to a point that we need to for tonight to say goodbye. Some days we will feel like we can do 6 intentions or 6 activations. Some other times only 1 or 2 will be enough, and this is up to the feeling of the collective on what moment we are, on how much we are processing. This conversation was also very important. This conversation about relationships, this conversation about letting go those things that you are putting all your love into, and they don't want to change. That's their decision. If things don't change, it's because they are meant to be, maybe temporarily, that way. So we cannot force things. We cannot force people to change. We really need to give them the time and the space and respect the process, like we like to be respected as well. Same thing. So whenever you like, let's do this activation for King, for Rain, and for everyone really in the planet, human, non-human, and from any realm. Hai sha wa cha wa ta sha ta wa ta sha ta
Correte kamato kosono karate ne pakosono tikarate kano kosono karate no bhate
Tia tia ta.
cha cha cha
Tana sama ua ta.
correte te pati
Saya waya ta.
cha 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 ta ta.
Saya waya
correte
ta.
pati kosono ne karate pati kosono ke
Tia tia ta. Saya ta.
Ati kosena de korata te komare korona de karata te kosone risa te mote kani komara kona makonare kamokosi kamarata kamoko
Waya ta tu ta.
potita de patika so
Talalu ya tia ta ta.
kona karata te kamara te kansona na karata kosena te korata makosi kana betiti korata pekaso
Papa tu ta.
Tikirati ti pati korata tapi korata tambati kosoro
Waya ta tu ta. Na mama yu waya ta 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 nu wa.
Nati kona tu kosono tiki meki korata tamma tu kosta karata no te kana tu korama tu koti kasi mote karata to pate korata
Pasu ta sa ya ta ta o. Mama u ya ta ta na u ya ta. Ayo wa ya ta. Tatu ta. La lu ya ta na mama wa ya ta.
Ari ti koni ti kamate ko sarata mate kasa tu korata no kosto mati korati ti mati ko karati kamate ko sana kero ti kamate ko to ti karata to mati ko to rete to bodi karata are ti no mati ko sono rete mama no rete mati karata mati ko ti kana mati sono ni karata ni mati kari ti ti karata ti pa ko ti karati ti se patu prede
Ya tu ta ta no nu ya ta la ya ta papa na ya ta kai si ya ta masa o ta
ati ko sana na ko na to karata mati ko sono ni kana
ya mama
ti pati ko mo karata mo to karata mo to
papa su ta
kita pati ko ti pati ko rate mati ni no ti de parate ka to di karata
saya kari ya tu ya ta tanau ta
sono le che mati ko rate ni mi ti ko rate ti pati ko rate ti parate ti marate ti ko rate ta mat ko rate ti pati ko rate ma to karate to ko ta
na ya ra ri la ru pati ya ta ya ta ya
Ati korata mate kosono te kena te kena mate korata mama te kosti ti mari ti korata ti korata te
ya ta ya papa ta to ta
karate to te ati kosono korata mate
saya ta sama mama
Orang kita mau kesini nanti buat kerasa mau sekarang.
aduh ta saya satu Ya sua. Saya sua. Saya mama wata.
Ati che sono le namati che sono nati che ora namati questo tita mati questo corretto namati questo tita pariti questo tita posso testa da ti cose da parita tita parita tita corretti tita ada tu pamade karano senati da rata namati questo nara como su corretto da tita questo nende karati no mo sono nende corretto Ati cosinare te con amati corrette, mati che si non corretta, mati cosinati corretti, namati cosinati corretti, namati corretti, chiamati di corretti,
Nania haikia tai mahaya kalara huyu koho
Tata baba kasha pani tatakanya namachi sata nama kasota tatai siniti kata tushi titi anakata bibi kitia ha mama isha nanya nakaya wa saya nama wacha 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 nakwa ya nakaya mata kaya
Ati cosinare baccarat, namati cosinare carate, meti cotte, mati cosinare cotte, capati che porrette, mati cotte, mati corrette, namati castanale corrette, pati parate, cosinare pati corrette, pati carati.
Araria tua. Saya tana. Na uaya.
Corretta, mati
Kaya.
cosinare carrete, namati cosinare carrete, meti corrette, mati cosinare, mati corretta, mati cosinare carrete, ne pa corrette, tapete porrette, ti porrette, carrete, dorrette, pati castanale carrete. Arreto mati corretta, mati cosinare, te carra, mati conana corretta, nati cosinare, te camera, sotti, pariti, già pariti, cotti, pati custe, pati castanale corretta, nati dorretta.
Sayuata tu tata la uaya ma paya tu tata
Mati corretta, mati corretta, mati sono ne carata, mati corretta, mati sono ne pati costi camera, con me sono mati comparati che poi per la persona la di carata, mati carata, non ha
kaya kuatana
naya naya shawya naya ayana shamaya nataya mataya
iya saya wata
ayana umaya umaya nataya
watana mama wataya
nataya
kosana taya ta
Ati
wata
corretta, mati costana, corretta, mati costana, mati costana, mati corretta, mati costana, mati potichina, mati corretta, mati costana, ni carate, nate, che morete, no mate, te amore, te coto mote così, carata, ti carote, mati costana, data.
Aya pa wataya taya hua kaka iya taya tuata
Ati corretta, mati costano, ti carata, mati conne, te conno, mati costana, ne carata, mati che ti nondo, ti camare, tonna, ti carata, mati costana, ti conna, ti carata, mati costano, ti
sua kanua kaya taya
sama mo tayem taya
kawaya taya ta sawa saya mama hatiyata
Mia na wina hatayin na
Komarate kamati kesana ni karate mamati katu mati kesana kini kamati kamati kina maarte mati kesana rata damati karata mati kosono na ekorata na me kosono ke kerata.
wah taya washana
ayataya katua shaya tua gata tatana mawaya saya kua katuna tataya saya tua talua iata tana mai wata wata sana wata ko ati tana nama ewa saya katuna tua saya mama wasa wata iata katuta
Ati conessa na marathon na me kesa no te tamat kore ta mi te karo to ti na masu kore te na ti ko tamat ke suni kara no te mati kara. Ati kore te mati ko ne kara tamat ko ne te mati ko ni kara tamat ka no to ka na mati kare ta ta potu ke mati ko te pati kara ta karo te
wasa baya kau yata wata kau siata na wasa kau wata hiata papa hua haya mama huata sayata hiata shuata
Kiata
sayata
nanai ki amai hai kotona ha. Tata ia nai konto hoia tana ki a hai ki a taiki. Nanai ki a tatai hani ki a tai a hai katana i ki a hata. Te he ke te aha nanai ki a tai ki a hai ki. Nana ia katai hi a ka hatakai ka tai ki a kai te. Na ia hai ki a tai ki a ka tai ki a tai ki. Nane ia ka tatatai ki ia nana ia ka tai ki a kai te hai ki a no yo a
Ati
tatai ia
koreta
hai
mati
ki a
kostini
tai ki a
karate
tai
no
ni ki
kamatu
a
koreta
tatai
mati
ia
kamati
nana.
karate koske mati kato ne se nondo di mare kote mati kasuni karate mati korata mati korena no to ti karote ti ti pati korte di ki.
Aina wista na wistia na isawa
Are te ko mati kosini karate tamati kosi karar mati kote tamati kore tamati ki suno te kanono karata mati karato sono te karata mati kore tamati kosono te karate. Karata mati ko karata mati kosono reta mati kore tanamosi nane te koreta mandosi karata mati kososi te mati karata non te kabare tu kona mati kosono te mati karate kodi kakari. Ati koreta na mati kore sino korata mati koreta mati koreta mati koreta.
One of the main messages I was receiving during this transmission is that no matter what you do, you are always correct, because you are correct for yourself, for your evolution, and everything is taken care of. Everything else, for the mind, this is difficult to accept, that we are looked after by a much more powerful force. We often lack of this sense of being looked after, or we often think that it's only us in our own. This is what they were telling me. This is not 100% real. From the transmission that Melissa was channeling, I got that message of whatever you decide, do not worry about mistaking, because you're not truly mistaken. You're just experiencing something in order to expand your sense of awareness and your sense of living, and many of you decided to come and live certain things and stay in this type of relationships that they feel stuck, and yeah, they are learning from being there. And some other people, they feel already like, no, this is not for me anymore. It's time for me to move on and to shine and to keep shining, because I want to go from this level of shining to another level of shining, and that's it. But it's a decision, and we need to respect all people's decision. We need to really understand that everybody is in a different process, everybody is in a different stage, and they are deciding to be in one place, sometimes consciously, sometimes not even consciously. Often people have a quantum healing session with me or a regression to find out if there is something in their subconscious that they don't know about, that they need to look at and address, so that they can find some guidance and some understanding of what their soul wants to, because sometimes it's not clear, and it's not clear only just because we are dealing with many dimensions at once. So sometimes it's not clear, and sometimes timelines are also taking place and acting and affecting our lives. So the message was like, no matter what you do, just it's just decision. Ask for help, like we say, if you need it. Do not despair. Trust. There is always something there. There is always someone. There is always an alternative. There is always a possibility. There is always something, and yeah, just don't despair. Don't lose the hope and the faith, because there is so much working with us, so much energy working with us at the same time. And I'm saying this without putting away how important and powerful as goddesses and gods we are. So we are powerful, but in this human experience, sometimes we need to experience some things that have been happening to us for a long time, and our soul, out of that experience, wants to expand. Out of that experience, wants to polish something that it hasn't been polished just yet. That sometimes escape from the comprehension or the understanding of our mind. That goes beyond understanding sometimes. If you feel like you don't understand your lives, ask for help. Ask for help. And it's not only me doing this in the world. There are brothers, sisters in this group, outside of this group, who are offering their services there and who can provide that help and that guidance. At the end of the day, you are the ones healing. That's something I tell to everyone from the very first moment that they come to for a consultation or for a session. I'm not going to be the one healing you. You are going to be the one healing yourself. Now I'm going to be next to you, guiding you and connecting to my guides, connecting to the angels, so that if there is some information that might be helpful, I'm going to provide it and I'm going to bring it here for you. If it's in a quantum healing session under hypnosis, the person answers herself or itself, because I connect to the higher self, I connect to the guides of this person or the angels who are looking after that person, and then those angels start talking through that person who came to have the session done. And so all the questions that that person bring to the session, they are answered through the same body. So I'm just asking through that person's body to an angel. And then I record these sessions and I pass the tape. Next day, I send the recording to these people who come for these sessions. And then they can see themselves answering themselves. And often they say, yeah, but that was me answering the questions. And I say, yeah, and who do you think you are? You are everything. We don't believe that we are everything. Not just yet. And it's nothing to feel worried about it. It's nothing to feel guilty about it, but we just don't totally believe that we are everything. We are getting there. We are getting there. But every time I come across someone who tells me, I was feeling like it was Archangel Raphael, but at the same time, I was feeling that was myself. How can this happen? And I say, because your mind is not accepting that you are part of Raphael. I am part of Metatron. I'm part of Raphael. I am part of Uriel. I'm part. I can go on forever because I'm part of all of you as well. But this is so difficult, really, at this point of evolution to accept by our minds and to say, yeah, I am one, truly, I am one. We feel it. Often during the day, we feel like, oh my God, I feel so much the connectedness of everything. That is the feeling that you are the whole thing, the sky, the mountain, the sea, your friend, your mother, your father, you are everything. So far, we know that as a concept. And gradually, step by step, like in baby steps, we are reaching that sense of awareness, integration, and acknowledgement that we are, that we actually are. In a way that I'm experiencing a lot is with what I said, and also when I do collaborations with another person. I do a collaboration with someone, I can see myself reflected in that person. And before that person asks me something, I'm already answering her question or his question. And that is when I realized that I am them, because I knew what to tell them. I don't know how, but I knew how to tell them. But what is that telling me? I am them also, that I share the energy, whether we like it or not, we share our energy, the same energy. For as long as we want, we will be, and we will continue creating separation. That is up to us. The more we release that separation, the more we are going to start feeling magical things happening between us. I am experiencing them every day. I'm so grateful and so honored that I am. I spent 38 years of my life disconnected from this sensation. But when I turned 38, I started having this more gradually, more and more and more and more and more and more. And it increase and goes on, and I never wanted to stop. I never wanted to stop, because it's a sense of being more that they always told me, you are the you are the universe, you are everything. And when I was 38, I was really, really pissed off and tired of knowing that only as a concept and not knowing it as a feeling in my heart. I needed to feel it in my heart to believe it. And that's how I started to gain trust. That's how I started to allowing my gift to expand and get activated. When I started believing really that I am capable to do that and much more, that I was getting surprised with. Yeah, I saw a lot of healing during this transmission. I saw a lot of balancing of the chakras, treating once again chakra by chakra of everyone, not only of Lorraine and Kim here. All humanity was supported and treated in every single level, in every single dimension, not only in this human dimension. Healing is being done in many, many dimensions. Also, they told me that when you go to sleep tonight, you will keep receiving this healing. You will keep healing this process that is an ongoing process. It's not only here at this time, the 11th of the 11th in the portal, we heal, full stop, period, goodbye. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a constant process that will continue, and we have sent so many vibrations from so many entities, so many realms who have been participating in this intention and work to activate and to heal humanity. Would you like to share something that you experienced during this transmission? Enola, what did you feel in this one, for example?
Mainly, I felt really, really relaxed. Like
Very
I was in
like
like
floating,
going
no?
into a trance type thing.
Yes, yeah.
But I
And you
pulled
were
myself
bringing the
back.
ancestors. You were bringing a lot of ancestors again. You are very connected to the ancestors.
Oh yeah.
And they are so beautiful. Yeah. You're singing. You're so much healing from that energy. Sometimes we think that we need to go to a galactic being that live in Andromeda. And they are more important than someone who have been here on planet Earth over the centuries and the millennia. These native people we have on Earth, they are incredible multidimensional beings as well. And they've been with us much even longer than us here. They are actually the first owners of the planet, let's say. So
but
yeah.
we are the ancestors also, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we are referring to this to give an explanation about something, but we shouldn't forget that at the same time we are them as well, and that we are the Arturians, and that we are the Andromedans, and we are all of us together. The more we accept this with our mind, and that is something that only you guys can do, only you girls and guys, the more we start feeling this greatness feeling in our hearts.
Well, see, I resonated with you when you said that you have the concept when you were 38 or whatever.
Yes.
And you were mad because you only have the concept, but not the full feeling, the full expression of that concept. So
brings the experience about the concept.
Yeah, hopefully the light language will help me open my heart so that the concept, I have the concept down, but I need the other part.
Yes, Inola. And I was just about to tell and to say what you just said. Keep practicing the light languages, because the light languages, oh my God, when they didn't activate when I was 38, they activated like 2 or 3 years later. But when I started from the practicing more and more and more, oh my God, those feelings that I already had here, they expanding in exponentially in many, many other levels. So the light languages come through to help a lot with this so much. Not even in ways that we can, like I say, understand with the mind. I will say that it's magic. It's like magic, because it's a vibration, it's a frequency that has this power and allows my heart to feel more people and to have more compassion for everyone, and to don't be fiery with people, and to just see them from what they are really, not just condemning them to something, or targeting them or placing them in a box saying you are wrong or you are right. No, not anymore. the message during this transmission that I was getting is, in the same way that the creator, whether it's a woman or a man, or to me, it hasn't got a gender really. To me, it's source. I call it source, but you can call it anything you like. This creator will never tell to any of us that we are wrong. Never. She or he allow us to do anything, really. He or she allow us to do what we consider as human, good and bad, anything. So at some point, when we let evolve our heart and expand, we are going to do the same towards our brothers and sisters on earth. At some point, we are going to be tolerating everything, because we are going to understand what we've been talking here in the group, that everybody's going through a process, and we shouldn't interrupt that process. If they want to be there, we should respect their space. If we cannot be next to them because it's not helping us or we don't feel well, we need to move on and take a decision and respect that space that they are creating and that they want to experience, no? But they say, in the same way that the creator don't judge up there, you will learn to don't judge down here. And that only happens the more you let your heart expand, because you are going to find zero conflict in loving the way he or she loves us, because we are going to get in that resonance of loving, understanding that if my sister is stuck on something from my point of view and she doesn't want to flow in this, let's say during the period of this Christmas coming, I need to just step back and let my sister go through that. And maybe I can tell her, look, I see you after Christmas, okay? Or whenever you feel like you have been through that and you have experienced that. And that's very difficult for the human being, because we get attachments. And when we create attachments, for us it's very difficult to let people go, to let emotions go with someone, because we create sometimes also dependency on those people. So it's important to connect to source more and more, let our heart expand more and more, and the key is there in that expansion. The key is in continuing to allow our heart to expand. There,
and not to criticize oneself for not being further along, or
exactly. The same way that we shouldn't, being critical towards something for discernment and learning is positive, can be positive. Now, from the moment that you start feeling that by talking about someone or about yourself, you are lowering your vibrations, that is telling you already that you should stop there. It's like I was telling to my sister Sarah, I was telling her yesterday, I started talking about my brothers and my father, and in the beginning was okay, but even in less than a minute, I started not feeling okay. So I say, Sarah, I could continue talking to you about them, but I'm going to stop here, because to me, this is a trap. This is a trap that I create myself. And she was looking at me and smiling. And I say, yes, because I'm feeling my vibration going down. And if I continue, they're going to go down and down and down and down, up until a point that I'm not going to feel okay. So what's the point in putting down my vibrations right now if I'm talking to you and I want to have a wonderful time with you and maybe share some light languages and do some collaborative work together? So we need to start discerning that How do we learn that? Through experience, through going through what we call mistakes. I wasn't who I am today. I wasn't. I was the person making the most mistakes in the world. Really, I was so confused. I was so much into a twister all my life. I was in the sadness. I was in the melancholy feeling. I was in a trap in so many things that I was even blaming the outside all the time. From the moment I started taking my own responsibility about my own acts, and from the moment I started giving a chance for my heart to feel something, because sometimes it's us trying, and then we give up and we say, no, my heart is stuck and it will never feel something. I will never feel this confirmation that I know that exists deep inside me. Don't give up, because the goodness comes. The goodness comes if you go on, if you carry on with goodwill.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Inola. A pleasure. You all make so easy things. When you raise the vibration in the group, things start flowing in a way that makes everything so easy. You take weight from our shoulders away. You take weight from humanity away. You take guilty away. You take all these things that don't allow us to flow. You really put them away and you dissolve them with your love and intention. And that's what matters. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself and be compassionate and tolerant. Integrate everything that we learn in these groups, because we are teachers for each other. Much love.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this group. It is so appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Inola. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim, for coming. And thank you, Lorraine.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
And thank you, Sarah.
Bye.
Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye.